Homelessness in San Diego County, it's an issue that we have covered extensively here at ABC 10 News. And today we are following through on the latest proposals to clear out the encampments lining the freeways and also hiding in the brush. ABC 10 News reporter Adam Campos is live near the 94 freeway overpass to break down a proposed state bill that would cut through red tape to help Caltrans clear those encampments quickly. But first, we want to go now to my co-anchor Jared Aarons, who is live in Mission Valley with one supervisor's plan to clear out these campsites during red flag warning days. Jared.
Good morning, Melissa. Supervisor Jim Desmond's proposal is more about fire prevention than it is about solving the homelessness issue. But he says sweeping out encampments when fire danger is highest could help get more people into shelters and programs that can help them end homelessness. The problem is San Diego doesn't have enough shelters or mental health beds for everyone who needs them. So I asked Supervisor Desmond about that aspect of his proposal.
It's the chicken or the egg. I'd rather, have more people willing to have help, and then we find facilities as opposed to building the facilities, and we can't take anybody into help. So it's a conundrum, but fire right now is the main focus of this agenda item, and we want to prevent those as much as possible.
And Desmond's going to present this proposal at today's County Board of Supervisors meeting, asking county staff to, in 90 days, come back with a full set of how this would all work. The idea comes as San Diego sees an increase in homelessness overall. These are numbers from the Regional Task Force on Homelessness. Last month, more than 1,200 people fell into homelessness for the first time across our region. It's about 300 more people than the month before. Meanwhile, 1,000 people were able to find some type of supportive housing. That means our overall number of people experiencing homelessness grew in January by about 200. We spoke to the executive director of Lived Experience Advisors, John Brady, who shared his thoughts on Jim Desmond's proposal. Brady, who was homeless once, says the proposal doesn't address the real issue.
We need to slow people from entering into homelessness. That's prevention. We need to get people through the homeless system faster, and we need to get people that are in housing to stay in housing.
Brady adds the current homeless encampment bans across the county make it harder for the unhoused community to find somewhere to stay. Remember, the Supreme Court last year passed a ruling allowing encampment bans, and cities fell in line with that. This map shows the cities where homeless encampment bans are in place right now across the county. Carlsbad implemented its ban back in 2021. San Diego's ban has been in effect since July of last year. Then in August, Escondido, Vista, and Poway began enforcing their bans. Chula Vista and National City's ban went into effect in October. The county of San Diego also has a ban making it unlawful to camp in any public park, on any public street or highway.
We're playing an extended game now of whack-a-mole. I mean, we are essentially, I understand that very soon Caltrans is going to be clearing the freeways again. It's going to be an aggressive push. But the problem is we don't have anywhere for these folks to go.
That's interesting, that term whack-a-mole. I heard that also from Supervisor Desmond when he was talking about the fact that you can clear encampments, but then people who are unhoused just go to a different place or move right back in after the clearing happened. And this is something that the state's been trying to deal with. A year ago, Governor Gavin Newsom tried to get the state involved in these encampment sweeps. He ordered state agencies to clear encampments on their land. It really hasn't been smooth sailing, though, for the state. ABC 10 News reporter Adam Campos joins us live in Webster right now with one state lawmaker's idea to try and make that process easier, cut through some of the red tape. Adam?
Jared, exactly, and I'm here off of Highway 94. When it comes to clearing encampments, Caltrans is responsible for clearing them off of highways and other freeways in the state. But when it comes to their response time, we're seeing it be pretty slow from Caltrans. And now this new bill introduced by Catherine Blakespear from Encinitas is to actually put pressure on Caltrans to take the action that Newsom gave in his executive order last year. And her proposal would actually direct Caltrans to establish and develop a plan and advisory committees in their 12 districts across the state. These plans and committees would be dedicated to homeless encampments, and the agency would then work hand in hand with cities like San Diego to create a partnership to tackle clearing encampments together. And one question I had for Blakespeare is the cost. Right now, when Caltrans clears encampments, additional barriers like a hazardous waste team are required to survey the area. And Blakespeare says through this bill, it would eliminate that sort of red tape and would cut back on extra spending for those extra resources.
We don't need to wait for CHP, the hazardous waste response, all that adds resources. So making sure that we are nimble, that we are doing things as efficiently as possible, that we're not overly bureaucratic and process focused, that's what this is aimed at.
Blakespeare also says an extension on this bill is working to help cities receive funding for housing after they clear these encampments. And this is something that she's working to address once the bill is passed, on top of other guidelines that Caltrans will have to follow once this bill is passed. And really, again, that's the main point of this, is trying to streamline and create that partnership between cities across the state, especially here in San Diego, as we're seeing more homeless encampments grow in state properties. That's why she's introducing this bill, is to try to get cities and Caltrans to work together to actually address this issue. So for now, live in the Webster neighborhood, Adam Campos, ABC 10 News.
All right, thank you, Adam. We see how we're at the beginning of this process for both the state bill and the county proposal. Could take a few months before we get answers on whether or not they go into effect. And while it's the beginning of this, we are well into a very long homelessness crisis across San Diego and certainly the state. ABC 10 News will stay on top of all of it as things progress.